Have you ever met another's gaze and felt a stillness, a moment where you are truly seen, not for what you do or what you have, but for the quiet essence that you are? In that moment, do you sense they are not just looking as at you, but perhaps seeing a path within you, a path you yourself may have forgotten you were walking? What if this feeling is a gentle reminder that your eyes are not merely windows for your soul to look out, but quiet gates through which your soul's purpose shines? They are broadcasting a silent frequency, a deep pattern, a message for those who know how to listen with their being, not just their ears. An old teaching reminds us of a collective current, a river of shared human patterns that flows beneath the surface of our lives. But a stream of this teaching has been driven underground, forgotten by most. It whispers a simple truth. The color held within your eyes is no accident. It is not a roll of cosmic dice. In my tradition, we understand that the body is a map of the spirit. Your eye color is a physical echo of a primary current your spirit follows. The deep, silent force that has guided your every true choice, long before your thinking mind was aware of it. Look around you, not with judgment, but with soft eyes. Have you not noticed that people with a certain light in their eyes seem to share a certain way of being? A quality that goes beyond words, a resonance you can feel. You might meet someone and know something of their nature just by meeting their gaze. The wise ones of old understood this. They could sense a person's path, their current, by looking into the pools of their eyes. They knew your eye color carries the seed of your spirit's work in this lifetime, the question your soul chose to explore, the specific energy you are here to contribute to the great tapestry. And here lies the source of much suffering. So many are trying to walk a path that is not their own. They fight against the deep current of their nature. They wonder why life feels like a struggle, why they feel apart from their purpose, why they cannot find the others who hear the same music. If you have ever felt you are here for something more, but cannot name it, stay. Breathe. The silent truths we are about to explore may change the way you see yourself. This feeling, this deep sense that there is more to your life, is not a fantasy. The quiet pull toward a purpose you cannot grasp is not a dream. It is your soul attempting to speak to your conscious mind. And it speaks in the only language it knows, the language of inner patterns, of currents. One of the old masters taught that every person carries these currents within them. They are not ideas. They are living streams of energy that shape our presence, our connections, our work, and our way of walking in the world. And a forgotten part of this teaching suggests these currents have a physical reflection, most clearly seen in the color of our eyes. Here is the truth that has been clouded. Your eye color is like a spiritual signature. It is the universe's way of noting the specific quality of the path you walk. The delicate patterns in your iris are not just managing how light enters. They are a physical manifestation of your spirit's deepest inclination. Think of every person who has ever looked at you and seemed to understand something deep within you. Think of how the gaze of some feels like a calm harbor and others a sharp wind. This is not chance. It is the recognition of one current by another. The ancient ones who built their temples in the sands of Egypt knew this. They saw the eyes as the seat of the soul's energy and knew different colors pointed to different spiritual paths. The forest-dwelling mystics of old Europe could sense a person's life journey by observing the light in their eyes. The shamanic traditions across the earth have always known that the eyes reveal the spirit's chosen work for this turn on the great wheel. But see how this wisdom has been paved over. We have been taught to believe our eye color is a surface detail, a simple lottery of inheritance. We have learned to ignore the inner knowing our ancestors took as truth. The result: countless people wander through their lives feeling disconnected from their spirit's purpose. They try to force themselves into work, into relationships, into ways of being that go against the grain of their very nature. They are tired, they are lost, they feel they are swimming against an invisible tide. If you have ever felt this way, This struggle against a current you cannot see, you are about to understand its source. The truth is, your eyes have been whispering your purpose to you since your first breath. But we have been trained to listen to the noise of the world and ignore the silence within. You have been taught to see your eyes as a feature on a face, instead of the compass for the soul they truly are. Let us begin with the way that is most often mistaken for common, the way of brown eyes. If this is your path, you have likely been told your entire life that your color is ordinary. This is one of the great misunderstandings, for this path carries one of the most profound spiritual works of all. Those with brown eyes are walking what the old masters called the way of the earth. Their spirit's work is to be the grounding force for all of humanity. They are the ones who create the stillness for others' growth to unfold. They are the deep, rich soil in which all other seeds may be planted. They provide the stability in times of chaos, the foundation upon which all other works can be built. What makes this path so powerful? The deep light in these irises creates a direct resonance with what we call the primordial source, the oldest and deepest layer of human spirit. Those on this path can access a wisdom that has settled in our collective spirit over thousands of years. This is why these souls often feel ancient. They carry the gravity of ancestral wisdom in their presence. They are drawn to heal, to teach, to nurture, to protect. They have a natural ability to make others feel safe, seen, and understood, even in a brief encounter. But here is the shadow that those on the earth path must recognize. Their mission to be a caretaker can lead them to sacrifice their own inner sky. They become so focused on rooting everyone else that they forget to grow their own branches toward the light. They give from their own essence until they are empty, wondering why they feel depleted, even when surrounded by those they love. The spiritual lesson of the earth path is to learn the sacred balance between being a foundation for others and being a mountain that also touches the heavens. They are the bridge between the world of form and the world of spirit. The ancient traditions revered brown eyes as a sign of deep wisdom. They were seen as earth angels, souls who chose to incarnate specifically to hold humanity steady as it learns and evolves. The mystics of the Nile believed these individuals could channel the wisdom of the earth itself. If this is your path, you have surely noticed that people open to you. Strangers tell you their life stories. Friends seek your silent counsel. Children and animals are at ease in your presence. This is not a coincidence. It is your nature creating a field of safety and wisdom around you. But here is the practice you must understand. Your work is not to carry everyone's burden. Your work is to be the living example of what it looks like to be deeply rooted in timeless wisdom, while still growing toward your own highest possibility. You are here to show others how to be both grounded and transcendent, to have their feet on the earth and their heart in the sky. If you walk this path and you are just now understanding why you have always felt like a harbor for others, take a quiet moment. Recognize the sacred duty you carry. Your brown eyes are not common, they are foundational. They are the mark of a spirit who chose one of the most vital of works, to hold space for the world's becoming, while learning to grow within that space. Every time you see your reflection, you are looking into the eyes of a soul who volunteered for one of the most important tasks in our collective journey. Now, let us speak of blue eyes. This is perhaps the most misunderstood current in the river of being. If you have blue eyes, people may have described you as intense or piercing. They may feel seen, even exposed, when you look at them. This is not aggression. It is the nature of your soul's work as a walker of what we call the way of the clear sky. The relative lack of pigment in blue eyes creates a unique way of being. The iris allows light to pass and return in a way that enhances a certain kind of perception. Those on this path possess what the old masters called clear seeing. They perceive the shape of things behind the mist. They see through illusion, through pretense, through the masks that people wear, more easily than others. This is why blue, Eyed souls often feel they can sense a person's true state of heart. They feel when words and feelings are not aligned. They sense when someone is hiding. Their spirit's work is to be a truth revealer for our collective awareness. But here is the shadow those on the sky path grapple with. Their ability to see through illusion can leave them feeling separate, even mistrustful of others. They often see things in people that they wish they did not see. They perceive the space between what is said and what is meant. And this can make connection feel difficult or shallow. The spiritual lesson for the sky path is to learn how to use their clarity in the service of healing, not of judgment. They are here to help others gently remove their own masks, to connect with the truth of who they are. They are the ones who can hold a space of absolute safety for another's whole truth, both their light and their shadow. The ancient traditions of the North saw blue eyes as the mark of the sky, seers, individuals who could perceive spiritual truths that were hidden from others. The Celtic masters taught that children with blue eyes were born with a gift for seeing through the veil that separates one world from another. In many shamanic lines, blue eyes were a sign of natural visionary capacity. If this is your path, you have surely noticed that people either feel instantly at ease with you or instantly guarded. There is rarely an in-between. This is because your very energy invites others to meet their own authenticity. You create what we call a field of clarity, and in this field, it becomes difficult for others to wear their masks. Inner exploration confirms this pattern. Those who walk the sky path are drawn to analytical thought, to seeing patterns, to what could be called deception awareness. They are often drawn to paths of investigation, of healing, of deep inquiry, or any field that requires seeing through the surface of things to the truth that lies beneath. Your blue eyes are not merely beautiful. They are instruments of consciousness. They are the mark of a spirit who chose to serve as a living mirror of truth for humanity. Every time you meet another's gaze, you are unconsciously looking for what is real, what is true, the genuine being behind the persona. If you have blue eyes, and you have always felt you could see what others tried to hide, reflect on this. Your intuition was not a fantasy. It was your nature at work. But here is the practice for your path. Your work is not to expose everyone or to point out where they are untrue. Your work is to create a space so safe, so clear, that others feel they can set down their masks willingly. You are here to embody what it means to live in your own truth so completely that you show others they do not need to hide from you. The world is in great need of your clear seeing. We live in a time of great illusion, of manipulation, of connection that is only surface deep. Your blue eyes are your soul's signature, marking you as one who can help us all return to the truth of who we are. Let us turn to green eyes. This is the rarest current, flowing through only a small portion of humanity. This rarity is not by chance. It is by design. Green-eyed souls carry what the masters called the catalyst mission. They walk the way of the growing forest. They are here to accelerate transformation, to spark change in everyone they touch. The unique quality of light in green eyes reflects a unique spiritual profile. These souls exist in what we call the liminal space, the fertile ground on the threshold between one state of being and the next. They are natural weavers, able to help others move from one season of life to another. This is why those on the forest path often feel they don't quite fit in any single place. They can feel too intense for some, too mystical for others, too grounded for the purely spiritual, and too spiritual for the purely material. This is not a weakness. It is their very purpose. They are meant to stand in the spaces between things. The spirit's work for this path is to be a catalyst for the growth of others. They have an almost magical ability to appear in a person's life at the precise moment that person is ready for a profound shift. They are the ones who ask the one question that can shatter an old world, who introduce a new idea that changes the flow of everything, who create the conditions for a breakthrough. But here is the shadow those on the forest path must tend to. Their catalytic energy can make their connections feel unstable. People are drawn to them with great intensity, experience rapid growth and transformation, and then, sometimes, must pull away to integrate all that has changed. The green-eyed soul can feel as though they are always being left behind, just when a connection becomes deep. The old Celtic traditions saw green eyes as the mark of the shape-shifters, beings who could help others transform their very essence. The mystery schools of Egypt believed that initiates with green eyes held a special key to the energies of rebirth and renewal. In many indigenous paths, green eyes were a sign of a natural shamanic ability. If this is your path, you have likely noticed that your presence accelerates everything. People meet you, and suddenly their lives begin to change. Old ways fall away, new doors open. Hidden truths come to the surface. You are like a lightning rod for the energy of transformation. Inner work supports this pattern. Those on the forest path score high in creativity, adaptability, and what could be called change catalyst presence. They are drawn to work as guides, as artists, as consultants, as healers. Any path that involves helping others transform their inner or outer world. If you walk this path and you have noticed that others' lives seem to quicken when you are near, see this not as chaos, but as your purpose unfolding. Your green eyes are not just rare, they are revolutionary. They are the mark of a spirit who chose to serve as a living catalyst for our collective evolution. Every person you meet is potentially one breath away from a life-altering realization, and your very being is designed to help spark that change. But here is the practice you must learn. Your work is not to force change on others, nor is it to fix their lives. Your work is to embody the energy of transformation so fully that others are reminded of their own power to change. You are here to be a living example of what it looks like to be always evolving, always growing, always becoming more of who you are meant to be. The world deeply needs your catalyst energy. We are in a time when old structures are crumbling and new ways of being are trying to be born. Your green eyes are your soul's signature, marking you as one who can help others navigate this great turning with wisdom and with grace. Finally, we arrive at hazel eyes. This path represents one of the most fluid and complex currents, which we call the way of the flowing river. If you walk this path, people have surely told you that your eyes change color with your mood, with the light, with what you wear. This is not just a trick of light. It is a perfect reflection of your spirit's work as a shape-shifter of consciousness. The unique blend of colors in the iris reflects a profound spiritual flexibility. Those on this path possess what is known as archetypal fluidity. They can access and embody multiple ways of being, depending on what the moment asks for. They are natural adapters, able to become the precise energy that another soul needs to see in a given moment. This is why those on the river path can sometimes feel as though they have many selves, or that they are a different person in each relationship. They can be the wise, grounding presence for one friend, the playful catalyst for another, and the clear, seeing guide for a third. This is not a lack of self. It is their great spiritual gift. The core work of this path is to serve as a living mirror for the potential in others. They have a rare ability to reflect back to people the very qualities those people most need to find in themselves. They are the ones who see another's hidden gifts and help them recognize their own dormant powers. But here is the shadow with which the river path soul must be careful. This fluidity can make them feel that they have no solid center of their own. They can feel they are always adapting to the needs of others, and in doing so, lose touch with their own quiet truth. They might ask themselves, who am I, really, when I am not reflecting something for someone else? The ancient Greek traditions saw hazel eyes as the mark of the divine mirrors, souls who could reflect the qualities of the gods back to humanity. The Druidic masters believed these individuals had special access to the wisdom of the world tree, which connected all realms. In many mystical traditions, hazel eyes were seen as a sign of natural intuitive and mediumistic ability. If you walk this path, you have noticed that people often say you help them see themselves in a new way. They say, because of you, I realized, or I never saw myself as strong until you showed me. This is your nature creating a field of potential. This is also reflected in our inner knowing. Hazel-eyed souls score high in emotional intelligence, social grace, and what we call potential seeing. They are drawn to paths of coaching, of mentorship, of therapy, of teaching, any work that involves helping others to see and become their best selves. If this is your path, and you have been told you helped someone see their own light, celebrate this. You are part of a community of sacred mirrors. Your hazel eyes are not just changeable, they are channels of transformation. They are the mark of a soul that chose to serve as a living mirror for humanity's highest potential. Every person you meet can see themselves more clearly in your reflection. Your very presence is designed to make that recognition possible. But here is the practice your path requires. Your work is not to lose yourself in the reflections of others. It is not to become a chameleon with no color of its own. Your work is to hold your own strong, silent center while remaining fluid enough to help others find their own. You are here to model what it looks like to be authentically adaptable, to be true to your own core, while being compassionately responsive to what each moment calls for. The world is in great need of your mirror energy. We are in a time when many have lost touch with their own great potential, when they have forgotten their own gifts. Your hazel eyes are your soul's signature, marking you as one who can help others remember who they truly are. Now that you see your path more clearly, here is where many go astray. They believe this knowledge is just interesting information, a kind of spiritual label. They treat it as a test of personality, instead of seeing it for what it is, a map for your life's most profound work. Your eye color is not just describing who you are. It is revealing the work you are here to do. It is showing you the current of energy your soul is here to master in this lifetime. Every challenge, every connection, every choice has been your soul's way of trying to guide you back to your true path. Reflect for a moment. Think of the times in your life you felt most alive, most full of purpose, most connected to a power greater than yourself. See how these moments align with your path. The earth, soul feeling most alive while bringing peace to a chaotic situation. The sky, soul feeling most energized when they helped someone see a truth they were hiding from. The forest, soul feeling most vital when they sparked a great change in another. The river, soul feeling most connected when they helped someone see their own forgotten beauty. These were not accidents. This was your soul, recognizing that its purpose was being fulfilled, and this is where your real work begins. Many of us have lived in resistance to our path. We have tried to fit ourselves into boxes built by others. Instead of honoring the call of our own soul, we wonder why life feels hard when we are literally fighting against our own deepest current. The earth soul, who is told they are too sensitive, and so tries to be distant. The sky soul, who is told they are too intense, and so tries to be shallow. The forest soul, who is told they are too much, and so tries to be small. The river soul, who is told they are too changeable, and so tries to be rigid. This is the source of the disconnection. This is why some relationships have felt so difficult. This is why work has felt empty. You have been trying to be someone else, instead of becoming more of who you truly are. If you are finally understanding why some parts of your journey have felt like swimming upstream, take a breath. You are about to discover how to flow with your current, not against it. Here is an integration practice. For the next week, simply pay attention. Notice the moments when you feel energized, expanded, and alive. What are you doing? What quality of energy are you bringing? These are the moments you are aligned with your path. Then, notice the moments you feel drained, small, or frustrated. What are you doing then? These are the moments you are working against your current. The purpose is not to change your whole life tomorrow. The purpose is to begin making small, gentle shifts that honor your spirit's work. Perhaps it is choosing a more honest conversation if you walk the sky path. Perhaps it is allowing yourself to create a moment of stability for others if you walk the earth path. Perhaps it is embracing your role as a gentle catalyst if you walk the forest path, or accepting your beautiful adaptability if you walk the river path. Your soul's mission is not a cage, it is a specialization. It is your spirit's way of telling you where you can offer the most, where you can make the deepest contribution, where you can find the greatest fulfillment. The wise ones knew this. They knew each person's unique current was essential for the well-being of the whole river. They knew that when each person honored their own path, the entire community flourished. I invite you to share this exploration with someone whose eyes you have always been drawn to. Help them discover the sacred work they carry. This is not just about understanding yourself. This is about taking your place in the great unfolding of our world. Your eyes have been broadcasting the mission of your soul since you were born. Now that you have heard the message, you can finally stop fighting your nature and begin to flow with it. The world needs you to fulfill your sacred work. There are people waiting for the specific medicine only you can bring. There are transformations that can only happen through your unique way of being. Your eyes have been sharing your purpose your entire life. Now is the time to answer the call.